Hey guys, it's Dr. Mannie, and so this question comes up probably at least once a week from practitioners I help. But the question is, how do I improve the lead quality? So you're jumping on calls, and the people are just, they have no money, they're not motivated, they don't show up, whatever it might be. So the question is, how do I improve the lead quality? So there's a few things. I'm going to walk you through a few mechanisms that you can use if you're jumping on calls with people and they're not they're not doing anything, they're not motivated, they have no money. So there's a few things you can do. Number one is if things are really bad, like I talked to a doc, I think he's in Houston, maybe 5-6 months ago, and his calendar was being filled with people that they had no money, but it was a really specific demographic. I'm not going to get into the demographic and who it was, but I told him, I said, just change out your pixel. So that's step number one, is just, if your calendar is full of people that are just, you don't want anything to do with them, right? Just swap pixel, just create a fresh pixel, because that pixel has bad data behind it. So you've got a few you got people that are converting. So like if you have conversion API set up, whatever. So like, let's say Mary Jones books a call, but she sucks. Like she's like that was kind of mean, but she has no money, not motivated, maybe doesn't show up, whatever. Facebook is going to see that person booked a call, and they'll look at that as a conversion, and then they'll go find more people that are very similar to that person that are most likely to take a similar action, right? So Mary Jones, and then her, somebody similar books a call, and that's not the right lead, and it's pretty soon you have a full calendar of people that are not who you want to talk to. So step one is just wipe the pixel clean, get a fresh start, and hopefully when you get some more conversions, that the quality will go up. So that's kind of step number one, because it'll take you 5 minutes to do that. Okay. Step two, after you've done that, if you want to do that, because it's at least strenuous, you might consider doing a quiz funnel. Okay. So a quiz, what it does is, I have this on my ADHD one, but it's going to increase it's going to increase the cost. Okay, your ads are going to be more expensive to get a conversion, get people in your calendar, but it protects your calendar. So there's 2 disqualifying questions that I ask. So like when you go through this quiz, it's like, okay, first name, last name, whatever, email, how long have you had the ADHD, what have you tried, what's working, blah, blah, blah. So it takes them through this little quiz, but the last 2 questions are on a scale of 1 to 10. Okay, if 10 being most, hey, I'm ready to fix this thing, where are you? Okay, and if they're a 7 or below, they're not going to get access to my calendar. Okay, so if you're not motivated to make the changes, they're not going to get access to my calendar, because I'm protecting that calendar and just protecting that. Because if it gets bad leads into it, then it's going to find more people that are bad leads, right? So you can use this quiz funnel as a protective mechanism to protect your calendar, so that anybody and everybody doesn't have access to it. Okay, so that's disqualifier number one, is how motivated you are. Number 2 is, I ask, are you in a position to invest, right? So I say, if you're paycheck to paycheck and you don't have, I'm not saying this, I have to take out a loan to get this thing fixed, but I simply ask, are you in a position to invest in your health? And if they're not going to get access. So it basically, the final 2 questions, if they don't qualify, they're cut off. I say, hey, well, thanks for filling out the survey. At this point, I don't think you're a good fit for our program, whatever. There's some verbiage in there, but it stops them right there, so that they can't go forward. They can't go and book a call because they don't qualify, right? If they have no money and they're not motivated, I don't want to talk to them, because then they're wasting my time and it's wrecking the pixel, right? Pixel data. So it's a mechanism to really improve the quality and protect your calendar from people that are not qualified. So that's thing number 2. It's a little bit more strenuous. If you have access to our software, pretty sure I can share this quiz, this quiz funnel, this whatever it is. It's an element. I think I can share it. So if you have access to it, or I can make a training on how to do it. It's not too hard. It took me a couple hours, because there's some finicky parts of like, okay, if they don't qualify, send them here and blah. So there's a little bit of learning curve to it, but that's a mechanism to do that. So that's kind of thing number 2. So thing number 1, I would change out pixel. Thing number 2, I'd probably change to a quiz funnel to pre-qualify / disqualify people. Thing number 3 would be charge for it, right? Charge something. Maybe it's a 97. That is going to improve the quality dramatically, but it's going to be more expensive. And I would I would increase the offer. Like if you're doing a $97 call, I'd put something else into it. Maybe it's a cell inflammation test kit that you can drop, you can send in the mail. That's going to cost you a couple bucks, but there's a high perceived value. Maybe it's you're given a PDF or a book, or I would create something. I would wrap an offer. I'd wrap a package around this thing, and so you're selling that not only the call, the discovery call to see if we can help, but maybe it's some other things, an ADHD food list or ADHD toxins to avoid or something that can get more people booked into your ecosystem, right into your calendar. So there was one other thing. Let me push pause. I'll be right back. I got to collect my thoughts. Hang tight. All right. So that one other thing is if maybe people aren't showing up. So maybe it's a quality issue, which I kind of walked you through that. But what if you have people that don't show? Then you want to create a more aggressive reminder automation. So mine, I think, is set up to they get an initial email and an initial text. Then 24 hours, I think they get an email. And then 12 hours, they get maybe another email. Then 1 hour, they get a text. So it's maybe 4 points of contact after they've booked a call. But if you're finding people, let's say 50% don't show up, get more aggressive with your follow-up reminder automation. So maybe send out an initial one, and I don't book out, I don't go out weeks, but let's say it's 3 days or whatever. Okay, they get an initial reminder, then maybe it's 24 hours, and then maybe just tighten it up. And so the closer that you get to that point, maybe it's more text. I think people see texts more often than they do emails. So get more aggressive with your SMS follow-up. Maybe it's 24 hours, maybe it's 12, maybe it's 2, maybe it's 30 minutes. Hey, I'm calling you in 5 minutes, whatever. Like you can, if that's a problem. Now, I don't get too aggressive with it because I don't have too much of an issue with it. But if you have an issue where 50% of people aren't showing up, then create an automation that's more aggressive in terms of the follow-up reminder sequence. So that's one thing I wanted to mention too. So hopefully this makes sense, but that's kind of the tier. I just kind of, off the top of my head, that's the tier that I would do. I would say, hey, step 1, pixel. Step 2, maybe a quiz funnel to disqualify people to protect your calendar from bad leads getting into it. And then number 3 is create an offer where you're charging for your time, your call. But I would do something. I would either do 97, but it includes other things, or I would even just do like something like a 27 or a 47, something super cheap, just to protect, just to weed out. And then what I would tell these people, I say, you know what, this is simply protects your time slot and then our time slot. It just ensures that you're going to show up because we have a busy practice, a busy operation. And if we feel that we can help you, we're going to roll that 47 into your care plan. So you're not losing it. We're going to apply it where it needs to go. And if it is not a fit for whatever reason, we'll hit refund. Like it's a placeholder, right? It's a mechanism to protect their time, protect your time. So either go really low and just, hey, let's offer a discovery call, or do something a little bit higher, 97, but then also include some other PDFs. So just wrap an offer, wrap a package around it so that you can get more booked calls, more appointments, and then of course increase the quality. So hopefully it makes sense. But I just get this question probably every week, and I just wanted to make a video that hopefully kind of work you through some of these mechanisms to improve the lead quality. If you have any questions, comment below.